Hey, girl. Hey, and I'm proud to be an American.
Well, at least I know I'm free.
Oh, girl. Are you enjoying this Memorial Day weekend, this little bit of vacation you've got?
Yeah, I got some chores done, so it's
Me
good.
too, girl. Me too. I don't know if you can hear. I have the noise filter off, so but in the background, my laundry's going. It's not being recorded, but you can hear this.
Yeah, I cleaned my drag room a bit,
I
so
saw the picture of you, and you bleached your hair out.
I did bleach my hair out. Yes,
Yeah.
it's time for my annual my annual blonde transition. Um,
Well, they say gentlemen prefer blondes.
well, I've not found that, but
They also like a fair skin too.
yeah, these two things don't really go together, so it's more of a puzzle. It's not the ideal.
Oh, girl. So last night we came home. We went out for a little drink or two. And we came home. I ate some fried fish. And then I came home and I was like, I looked at my husband. I was like, I want to watch a RuPaul because we hadn't watched RuPaul yet. He's like,
I want to watch a RuPaul.
so we watched a RuPaul a little tipsy late last night.
That sounds like heaven.
It was. I mean, this season is kind of a chore to watch, right? Like it is.
It's weird, right? Because it's like there's so many. I mean, everybody's not a big personality, but they have
Right.
so many big personalities.
Right.
Like, I was expecting this to be like kooky, and it's not.
It's not.
I mean, I will say this show has sort of set a precedent, though, that I wonder if it's going to affect future All Stars that are over a certain age. Maybe they may not be coming back to the franchise.
Well, why did Kasha come back to begin with?
I don't
She wasn't
know.
that popular on her season.
Well, she's big. I mean, she's kind of a more popular one now because they like her. I mean, they use her in a lot of these like gay themed commercials because she's so like, because I'm a character, because I love a cocktail, and now I'm sober, and now I like water. Right, like it's all of that stuff.
I mean, they don't have Miss Richfield 1981 come out on. Dear listeners, if you aren't familiar with Miss Richfield 1981, she is.
We're sorry because you are missing out.
She is a fantastic like drag queen legend who is just. She does Orbitz commercial like the Orbitz travel commercials, and she is a nut, and it's great. Like.
I think my favorite thing about her doing the Orbitz commercials is that people genuinely don't know if it's homophobic or not. they're like, wait, is this a real drag queen or is this a person that's like kind of making fun? Like,
no, she's a drag queen.
Yeah, it's that deep that you're just sitting there like shaking your head the whole time. Like, I don't. Who greenlit this? Who greenlit this?
Yeah, I love her. I love her a lot.
She comes here like every year. She does a show here every year.
Of course she does. Of course maybe it'll be in February when I'm down there next.
Oh, maybe this time
I'll be lucky. I mean, it would be great to see a schlocky star every time I come down there.
I would love it. I'd be like come on, Varla Jean Merman.
Yes. Yeah, well, she'll probably break her leg again before that.
That didn't stop her the last time.
Was she on stage?
Performing with the broken leg, girl? You didn't see the pictures of her in the little wheelie chair.
No, so
not even a wheelchair, the little wheelie chair.
I did, but I thought she was still in P-Town doing it.
No.
Oh my God.
It's funny though, having like, I get both perspectives of Varla Jean Merman because she lives here half the time. So like she just randomly shows up on my Facebook and Instagram feeds being shirtless, which is just bizarre. It's very bizarre.
Because she's a buff man, isn't she?
I mean, she's not as buff as she was like when she was on Project Runway all those decades ago. But she's still like in shape. She's got like daddy body that now like not dad bod, everyone. Daddy body. It's
daddy
different.
body, daddy body, daddy body.
culturally different.
Yes, it is. It is. Or zaddy body. A little
Zaddy body. Well, I don't know. She ain't got zaddy body. She got daddy body. She ain't got zaddy body.
I was really surprised that Peaches Christ is a little bit of a dad. I mean, I'm saying that they're my age. So what our age, you know.
Let's not say that out loud, please. It's weird when I see people like Peaches Christ because I think to myself, gosh, if I had started drag in my early 20s, who knows what my life would be like now.
Oh, yeah, girl. No, it would have been like mine. You'd be over it already.
Oh, that's true. Never mind.
It would have been at Flex. You'd been like, well, that was a fun few years. That was very memorable.
I have memories of the time I wore some drag.
Not a sound from the pavement.
Oh pictures.
Oh my God. Yeah, like me. Although I'm beginning to experiment with a little drag. I'm beginning to experiment with a little drag.
Like
very little
full face
drag.
Makeup.
Full face, fullish enough makeup.
I mean, you said experimenting, so I thought, is she gonna really beat this time? Okay, now.
No. I did put on some foundation, so there's that.
That's a lot.
And 2 different shades, girl. 2 different shades. I may have contoured.
Oh no! Dear listeners, we are having a breakthrough right now.
Girl, I always did that. Because I tried to hide the under chin. I painted that shit.
That's not technically contouring. That's like pity.
Creating shadows.
Yeah.
I used to use take your shade and make it 3 times darker.
I mean, I've seen some of those girls carving Joe's jawlines out. I'm like, girl. Girl.
I know.
Yep.
I know.
Nobody's jaw goes up that high, honey. Come on now.
The cheekbones are at their eyes.
Right? I'm like, is your neck a turtleneck? Because that is not where that should be going, honey.
Oh yeah, God. But yes, I will announce it that starting for Pride, I will have my TikTok more active.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, girl, it's not. You were like expecting something.
You saw me hold my breath.
And then I'm going to dial it back a little bit. Yeah, so my old TikTok disappeared because I used Instagram to log in, but apparently now that's disconnected. So, and I couldn't figure out how to get it back, and so they just deactivated my account. But I can't claim that name back again. It is a pile of mess, but I am the divine Miss Mims on TikTok. But we'll get to that. Girl, I that Chinese company don't want to work with me, and that's fine. They don't want Miss Mims's data. They ain't gonna get Miss Mims's data, but they will.
Not to say you're not quite their demographic that they're looking for anyway. So
Girl, speaking of confused demographics,
yes.
Did you know that we have a Patreon?
What?
Dear listeners, if you go to patreon.com, Mims and Maim, you can throw us some money. And dear listeners, we would like to announce officially that we have something new coming to our patrons. That we have something brand new coming to our patrons. In 2 weeks' time, 2 weeks, they will get a new, brand spanking new podcast that's accessible only to them for the first, we haven't figured that out yet, but first month, first 2 months, we'll see. But they are going to get first dibs at our new podcast.
Having a stroke.
No. Just got a lot of spittle in my mouth.
Isn't that the same thing?
Podcast called, what's it called, Maim? Do you remember what it's called?
I object. We object.
We object. It's an Ally McBeal podcast, y'all. So we're going to fight that sexism tooth and nail. It's going to be great.
mostly teeth.
We're going to find out if Callista Flockhart can act.
Yes.
Sometimes. My husband doesn't think so. I do.
Harrison Ford does.
At least in bed. Hey, Maim.
Yeah.
Did you know that we have another podcast?
What?
It's called You Slay Me. It's a Murder, She Wrote podcast.
So excited.
Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know we have merchandise?
No, I did not.
Nobody else does either. But if you go to MimsMaim.com, you can buy something. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Do you know what makes the world go round that I love?
5-star review.
That's right. Dear listeners, if you would leave us a 5-star review, it would mean a lot to me. It would make me very happy.
Which is unusual.
It's just the way my face is. This is season 4, episode 18. Anthony and Vanessa.
I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. And that's Marjorie. Just so you will know, and your children will someday know, is the night the lights went out in Georgia. The lights went out, the lights went out, the lights went out, the lights went out. And that is the night the lights went out in Georgia.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Well, now you do.
I found this to be appropriate considering that we're also mourning the loss of Tina Turner. And
It's true. It's true.
Could not have been timed any better.
Girl, how many Southern people do you know that pronounce it Vanessa?
I mean, but also, I mean, that's also a different name.
That is
I mean,
a different
like,
name. That is a different name.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of white people and black people that instead of saying Vanessa, they say Vanessa. Vanessa.
Girl. Why
Yeah.
you gonna put people's business out there like that?
I didn't say I wasn't related to them.
Oh, because I am. I know.
I am too. I am too. They. So we're at Sugar Bakers. We're at Sugar Bakers. And Charlene is keeping her mother's milk in the fridge.
Yes, for baby Olivia upstairs.
In an unlabeled bottle. In an unlabeled plastic bottle.
Well, okay, hold on. In Charlene's defense,
No.
milk itself comes in very specific containers. So why would somebody just think this random other container? Right? It just, I mean, I get what you're saying, but
The carton had a leak.
I mean,
Julia decided to be bougie and pour it into another little container.
okay, now that's the most convincing of those. Yes.
Well, Mary Jo was on the phone this entire time, so you don't have to hear it ring. And her electrician, Rusty, is putting up some lights in her house. He's very slow, but he also always shows his backside.
Oh, like the butt crack.
The butt crack, girl. The butt
The crack.
crack.
The crack of ass.
The crack of the ass.
Le crack
Why
de
do they
ass.
all do it? Ah! It's a little Seinfeld there for you.
That was nice, Elaine.
Thank you,
Thanks.
thank you. I was trying to be Jerry.
Never.
Thank you. I know I'm funny. Look, there were 2 funny people in that show. Jerry Seinfeld was not one of them.
He wasn't. He was the straight man of the whole thing. He
And
was.
Kramer was not funny either. It was Jason Alexander and Julie Louis-Dreyfus.
That's
God.
true.
Do you remember Julie Louis-Dreyfus when she tried to be on SNL?
Yes.
And
I remember.
it was so bad.
Remember they did that weird sketch with her and her husband at the. Well, I think they're still married.
Yeah.
And they used to do the Donnie and Marie, and they would make out. It was so weird.
Yeah.
In hindsight, it's like, God, that was a weird.
She also did April, May, June, the really conservative like televangelist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. She's really rich, right?
Like just from the entertainment industry or other stuff?
No, her parents are like multi-billionaires. Like she's just loaded.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus?
Yeah. Hold on here.
I did not know that.
Hey Google.
Oh Jesus.
Hey Google.
I remember she was also the villain on Christmas
Google.
Vacation.
Who is Julia Louis-Dreyfus' parents? Gerard Louis Dreyfus.
Oh.
And Judith Bowles. He's a French-American businessman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. His
That's
net worth
really
is
quite interesting.
his net worth is $3.4 billion.
I'm sorry, what?
Uh-huh. Yep.
That's crazy.
Energy. Charlene thinks this all has to do with testosterone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, about the crack. The crack has to do with testosterone, not Julie.
I can see that.
Can you? Mine has to do with the fact I don't have an ass.
Oh. Because the ass keeps the pants up.
Yeah, it does.
I guess I never. Huh.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I got a little shelf, but not enough to like keep the. Yeah, I go straight from back to ass. It's kind of flat, and then it divots in.
Like a bass. You got a bass?
A bass girl.
I mean,
a bass. A back ass.
A back ass. Yes.
I don't think that Cardi B is ever going to rap about that one. Maybe that's what Nicki Minaj was talking about in Super Bass.
Oh, that might be it. Bum ba-dum bum bum ba-dum bum. I got that super bass. Yeah, that's super bass.
Oh. Well, Anthony's here. And apparently Miss Philpott's back, which
yay.
There's no continuation here because she had to leave, take care of her sick sister, but she's back again.
I mean, she's running away from the cops still.
Apparently so. Well, Vanessa called for Anthony. Apparently her car won't start.
She didn't have a car.
Exactly. But she needs a ride into work.
Okay.
Anthony says he's being bothered by her and that they are absolutely not dating.
Sounds like they're dating.
Sounds like they're dating. She's going to work at Sugarbaker's.
That seems like a bad idea.
Doesn't it, though? Doesn't it?
In every way other than a sitcom plot device.
Julia does not have a good feeling about this.
And yet she hired her.
She's relying on Anthony's opinion.
So she listening to Anthony's dick, basically. She's like, what's your dick saying? Should we hire her? That's all she hears.
So you think that Anthony is diddling Julia?
No. I just think that she's listening to Anthony, and Anthony is listening to his dick.
I got you. I see. So transitive property. She's listening to I got you. If A equals B and B equals C, A equals C. I got you. I now understand. We're all just listening to Anthony's dick. And he wants T. Tommy.
I don't think that's his dick talking.
That's super bass. Oh, God. So it's a little bit later on. And Suzanne is mad at Anthony. He was supposed to come over and charge her batteries. I don't know what that means.
I mean, so when she first said it, I thought she meant her car battery. But then I was like, but I don't understand. I also still don't understand that explanation either because who does that? That's not a thing, right? I mean, I don't know cars well enough to be like, that doesn't sound like a thing.
It's not a thing.
Okay.
It's not it's not a thing.
Okay. Because I did for a moment there, I thought it was my ignorance of car stuff.
I don't know what kind of battery she would have to charge in the house or something. It's the 80s, so I don't really know.
It would have made more sense if she said changed her batteries or something like that. Like change the battery in my smoke alarm or something like that. Like
I don't know.
Or her vibrator.
So she's got one of them Pyrex when she's bougie. Girl, not like I'm talking about with the glass ones that don't vibrate. You got her in like a shibatsu with the hitting the things. Just
remember when they started having those commercials on TV for the rabbit, and they just it was so strange because it was for the first time. It was like we're just going to talk about this like it's a real thing and like it's not a big deal. And I that was good times. That was good times.
Great oldies. So Suzanne's upset he's with Vanessa, and she calls her the Nightmare on Harlot Street.
Yes. It's a bit world. Oh no. Hello, sugar bakers. Hello, sugar bakers.
Hi, it's Lita. Please remind Anthony that we're meeting for lunch.
Oh, hi, Lita. Will do.
She's hung up. Do you remember Lita? Do you remember Lita?
I do, unfortunately, remember Lita.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm not sure why we had to bring her back.
She's like a young Felicia Rashad if Felicia Rashad were very boring.
I was going to say she's like a black Julia Duffy.
That's a read.
I mean, is it that far off, though?
It's not. I feel bad for Julia Duffy.
I don't. She played a lot of miserable characters and got paid well to do it.
You know, that is. She was on many seasons of Newhart. Or Bob Newhart show. No, it was Newhart. She was on many seasons of Newhart. Yeah.
Now you want to talk about a show I want to go back and revisit, not in podcast form, but just because I remember it being on, but I don't remember it at all. Just my family liked it, but I don't remember it that well. You didn't
watch Newhart?
No, we watched it, but I don't remember it because I was really young.
You don't remember Larry and his other brother Larry and his other brother Larry?
I thought it was Daryl.
Daryl and his other brother Daryl. Well, see, so I don't remember. You're right. I don't remember it the first run through, but it did come on. Was Designing Women on USA for a hot second?
Probably.
I know it's on Lifetime, but I think it was on USA too.
USA had a lot of the shows,
and it was on at the same time, like as it either came on before or after Designing Women. So I just watched it over the summer, because It's a Living, which we can't ever get. There's only like 3 seasons out there, and it's the later seasons that's available because they switch.
It would be unfair to the listeners too, because it would be so hard for them to get it.
Oh yeah. They'd have to watch it on Freevee or whatever the fuck we watched back in the PI.
Freevee. Actually, Freevee, you didn't know much about Freevee. I only knew about Freevee because as I was getting through Perry Mason, for some strange reason, Perry Mason in season 8 switched over from Paramount Plus to season 9 was on Freevee, but just season 9. And then you had to go back over to Paramount Plus again to go back to season 10. It was very weird.
So Freevee is owned by Amazon. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like Amazon Prime for people who don't want to pay anything because you have to watch all the...
Well, kind of. So there's this new thing that's starting, and it's not just Amazon that's doing it. I can't remember what the term for it is, but basically there's a lot of companies that are buying up content. So you remember when all those shows started disappearing from HBO?
Mm-hmm.
They were talking about, well, they're probably going to end up over here. So essentially there's about 5 different companies that have been buying up all this content that are going to be doing it in this Freevee model. But I can't remember what their term for it is. But it's apparently like the new thing. Like that's
so
what
it's like
about.
like Crackle. It's like Freevies one, Tubi's another one.
Yep.
Tubi's where you can watch The Critic.
Yeah, but apparently it's starting to do well. Like apparently it's starting to be very profitable. So now
because
we might,
got something else for me to subscribe to. Great.
Or just to watch commercials on, like those commercials still pay.
Oh God. We're back at Sugar Baker's and we're over in the little coffee area and Suzanne's getting ready to drink her coffee and Charlene goes into the fridge and notices the cap's off her milk. Gross. And Suzanne's like, I absolutely did not use that in my milk. I am not a pervert. I certainly didn't drink it. And Charlene goes upstairs and immediately there's a spit take from Suzanne.
Beautiful spit take.
Beautiful spit take. Like Delta Burke. I mean, first of all, Delta Burke had to take a sip of something out of that cup. God knows how long it was been sitting there, right?
Yes, very true.
Because, dear listeners, if you don't know, set drink is sitting out under the lights for hours and hours and hours and hours. Like, it's either something like flat Coke or cold ass coffee by that point. It is not good.
That would be a great name for an iced coffee blend.
What, flat ass coffee?
Cold ass coffee. That would be such a great
cold ass coffee.
A craft cold brew coffee company called Cold Ass Coffee.
I just bought a specialty organic tomato fertilizer called Big Ass Tomatoes. That's the only reason I bought it was because it's called Big Ass Tomatoes. Dear listeners, that is not a sponsor or a plug, or I don't even know if the shit works yet, to be honest with you. I just put on my tomatoes. If it does, though,
you can sponsor us.
If it does, you can. It's made with kelp.
We'll happily take your sponsorship.
We will happily take it. We will take it all.
Big Ass Tomatoes. We cater to a lot of Southern people, so you know
that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Are they caterpillar resistant? Is it caterpillar resistant?
No, it isn't. Is it caterpillar? No, it's organic.
I'm just saying, girl, you know how they are in the South.
I know. And I ain't gonna lie. Y'all don't come for me, but I do not use organic fertilizer on my roses. It ain't gonna work. I know it ain't gonna work. I use the stuff that's got a little bit of pesticide in it.
I mean, I think if any person can justify it, it's you, considering you're the chemist here.
Here's the thing. As long as you use it the way it says on the bottle, like exactly.
As the good Lord intended. Don't use it like them heathens.
What's a little bit later on? And Julia, what are you going to use fertilizer like a heathen? You going to drink it?
Girl, I don't know.
You going to eat it?
Oh,
you're going to be like those people in Mississippi eating that mud.
I mean, we're homosexuals. We're always trying to think about, we're trying to counterculture always. Homosexuals. We're always trying to counter the culture, apparently.
Isn't it funny that neither of us were ever waiters? Anyway, we'll get to that in a moment.
Oh, I have a story. It's fine. We'll do that at another time.
Did you work at Hams for a second?
I didn't. No.
Okay, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So a bit later on, and Julia's showing Vanessa around. And Julia's being kind of rude. I'm not going to lie. She's being
I thought so too. Very
woman.
Curt.
Yeah.
Very curt.
So Vanessa takes off her little Tina Turner jacket. It's like, I don't want this to get stolen. Y'all got a safe to put this in. And she's wearing a short skirt.
Mm-hmm.
And Suzanne's like, do you have a little more fabric? To which Burn right back, I don't know. It's from Yolanda's. Do you want one?
Mm-hmm. I want to meet Yolanda.
I do too. I loved that show when I was younger. That was Rolanda, though, wasn't it?
That was Rolanda.
Yeah, she was good. She was good.
No, she was good. I think it's time for Oprah to give her a comeback. I mean, if she brought the other lady back, Iyanla, she can bring back Rolanda.
Who-
Iyanla and Rolanda back
Oh
in
my-
action.
Back in action. And who was the one who had to quit because the person got killed from a show?
Jenny Jones.
Jenny Jones, yeah.
Why do I know these things so quickly?
Damn. It's because I probably asked you that a couple of times. Well, Charlene is like, hey, Anthony, as she's walking downstairs, hey, Anthony, Lita's coming to get lunch with you. I don't know if you remember that. And Lita just shows up.
As you would.
And Lita has a little conversation with everybody. She's got the beamer running. She's doing her aerobics and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Her and Mary Jo have a little back and forth, and they leave.
She does seem a little bit better.
She does. But, well.
Still awful, but a little bit better.
So they leave, and Vanessa asks everybody, what's a beamer? She thinks it's a zit. Yeah. So they go to the restaurant. It's a Portuguese restaurant. Vanessa doesn't even know where a Portuguese is. She asks for the bouillabaisse, which is the bouillabaisse. The waiter is Ian, and he's getting the drinks. He walks away, and Suzanne thinks he's a homosexual. And that because homosexuality is rampant in the waiting industry. Now go, girl. Oh, wait. And Julia says, thank you, Anita Bryant. Now go.
Oh, my God. Yeah, no, I was going to be a waiter, and one of our mutual friends got me a job there. And my mom had been in the hospital. I think she was having some kind of procedure or something like that done. And so my orientation was the same day. And when I got to the place, I was there for about 30 minutes. And she had called my dad, who told her where I was, and she lost her mind a little bit in the best possible way. And she made my father call Hams and tell me to come home because she just found out that Ham, at this time, dear listener, just so you all have some context, my mom, she's a religious lady, but at times she's gotten like really religious, and at other times she's like pulled back a little bit. So this is when she was in one of her peaks, and the restaurant in question served beer, and my mom, on religious grounds, objected to the fact that I would be serving people beers. And so she made my dad tell me to come home. So then I had to tell the manager of Hams that I had to leave because my mom told me I couldn't work. It was embarrassing.
My God. Who worked at Hams? You can text it to me later.
Yeah. I mean, it's like my really tall friend. You'll know who I'm talking about. We had remember my really good friend that was very tall?
No.
Oh my God. Had a sister and a brother also that used to hang out at the coffee house.
No.
The brother of my friend was friends with the person that you were very interested in.
No.
Oh my God. I'm giving you really good hints.
I don't.
Really good hints.
Oh God. I forgot. Oh my God. It's because I did not like in retrospect. In retrospect, the brother was hotter than the friend I was into.
I could have told you that then.
You know what? Whatever. Whatever. Yeah, I blocked that shit out of my mind a little bit.
It's all great. It's a gray zone in your brain.
It is a gray zone in my brain. I also
I'm sitting here watching you. I'm like, we didn't have that many friends in high
school. I
know.
I thought it was your friend that went to North is what I thought it was.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was they don't have a sister, they have two brothers. What is going on here? That's why I couldn't like
then we almost had a different conversation.
Yeah,
like, wait a minute, girl, what did you not tell me? Hold on.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to be like, hold on, girl, hold on.
What you not telling me?
Do I need to stop this podcast so we can have a conversation on the sly? Oh,
Now,
God.
now I will tell you a little bit of tea though. A little bit of tea.
Uh-huh.
It ain't it ain't that Fred. But what we were just talking about is now occurring in that family. So just so you know. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
Um.
Uh, I can't with you.
Well, okay. Um. So the girls and Vanessa are bonding. And Julia's like, start talking about class, and Julia says the most classist thing ever, that class is not something you learn, it is something you are.
Mm-hmm. It's true. You can't buy class. You cannot buy class.
You cannot buy class. But it is still some this crazy abject set of rules that rich white people put into place, right?
Yes. Because, that's how they keep power.
It's exactly right. It's exactly right. It's why my husband finally convinced me that being late in America is racist. like the expectation that people are on time, that comes from a sense, it does come from a little bit of a racist tinge in America.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, there's like a racist tinge to it. There's a classist tint to it. Like,
however, if you're in Germany, just be on time. That's just cultural, and it's expected from everybody. That's just crazy.
I think if I was in Germany, I would probably be always early because I know that I would probably end up there on time.
Meetings start 10 minutes early.
What?
Yeah. You can expect that meetings will start 10 minutes early.
But that means that the meeting doesn't start 10 minutes early. It just means that the start time. I don't understand.
Because everybody's already there 10 minutes early, so they just start.
But that's not when the meeting time is.
Girl, that's what it does.
What? I would be doomed there.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Jeez.
Yep. Meetings are 10 minutes early. But comes 4:30, you're done. You just get up and leave. Does not matter if you're in the middle of something or not. They can't email you after you leave.
What do you mean you can't email you after you leave?
Like, if you're at work, and you're done with work, and they email you, you are not it is actually against the law for you to answer that email.
What?
Yeah, girl. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yes. It does not matter whether you're a manager or not. Like, the expectation is you are separated.
Talk about enforcing work-life balance is pretty neat, actually.
Oh, and 36-hour work weeks. Let's also add that in.
Okay, I get it. So let's just go now.
And you get the month of August off. Let's
just do it now. You can be my seeing eye German. My talking lips German.
As long as you're okay with some mild racism, you can do it.
I already live in America.
Oh, girl, no, that's not mild.
Like I said, I think I'll be okay.
Let's tone that down to a 2, okay?
Call it a hunch. Pretty sure I'll survive.
So Vanessa feels very dumb. Like, she's very adamant about feeling dumb.
Yeah.
Mary Jo comes back over and she's like, guess who I passed on the way to the ladies' room? Charlene says, Ian? Who's Ian? Our homosexual waiter. Well, Anthony and Vanessa are here, and Vanessa's like doing something I don't believe that she's actually doing and caressing the back of his neck. That does not seem like something that Vanessa would do. Not Vanessa, Lita. Anthony and Lita are here.
It does seem like something Lita would do after seeing Vanessa.
I don't think so.
Because she's trying to keep Anthony.
I don't even think that seems like too much physical touch.
Okay. Well, I mean, you know.
Girl, I am thinking back to the one rich black family in Statesville at the time. Do you ever think they had physical touch? Any of them?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, Charlene. The mother wasn't that bad. I shouldn't say that.
I was gonna say the mom was actually okay. She was a hoot, actually.
Yeah.
I bet you put a couple of glasses of wine in her. I bet she would be hilarious.
Not from Hams, though.
Ham.
Girl, Hams was good. Them chips.
They were so good.
Those chips were good.
Like, their food was so good. And sometimes I do think about them. It sounds, I mean, like, sometimes they get on my mind.
Are they even a restaurant anymore?
I think so.
Hams.
Ham.
Restaurant chain.
Ham.
Ham's American Bar and Grill.
Oh, that's what they're calling it now.
Yeah. Ham's American Bar and Grill Palladium currently permanently closed. There are no more.
Oh no, that's sad.
Yeah, Ham's is gone.
It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Well, see, maybe now I can appreciate my mom's wisdom even more, because I would have been stuck in a dead-end job maybe, and then I wouldn't have had a career or a future, because that management position would have never gotten open.
Girl, I used to get served beer there at like 17.
Yeah, because you look like you were 25.
But also, I knew the waiter, and he knew exactly how old I was.
Yeah, There you go.
He was also, he was a homosexual.
A homosexual.
Yeah. Oh, God. Well, Charlene sees a worker, and he has a problem with keeping his pants up. Well, Lena knows why.
Why?
Because all the tools on the belts.
How about that?
And I mean, Vanessa knows why. My God, Vanessa, not Lita. Vanessa knows why. It's all the tools on the belts.
Girl, they don't all look the same.
That's not what it is. It's the next line, because Vanessa turns to him and says, "Do y'all like Lita?" And everybody's like, yes. Suzanne just goes, "She's boring." No.
And then Mary Jo just says, no.
No.
Really.
Vanessa turns around, and there's a woman flossing at the table behind her.
This is my favorite part of the whole episode.
So Suzanne calls Ian over, gives her 25 cents for her to be able to go to the toilet. Girl, that's another thing. 2 other things you may not know about Germany. You typically pay to go to toilets.
Okay.
They usually have somebody at the stall. And you do not, if you go into an actual stall with a toilet, you pee sitting down. You Germans pee sitting down, and they stand up at a urinal, but if it's a toilet seat, you sit down to pee.
Oh.
Yes,
okay.
It is considered rude to stand at a toilet seat.
But I mean, are there just like, do people yell at you if you're standing in the stall? Like...
No. But it is because any dribble on the seat is considered incredibly rude.
If you sprinkle when you tinkle, get out of Germany.
That's exactly right. Like they have signs in their bathroom to sit down.
That's really okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And I mean, they're clean, so why the fuck not just sit down?
No. I never doubt the cleanliness of anything German.
Except for the train station, they are disgusting. But everywhere else, they're clean. I don't know why train station bathrooms are the grossest things ever. But like, dude,
that's really unusual.
It is. It is. Everywhere else, perfect. Train stations.
All right. Well, we have planned out the itinerary for many people, I think, through this podcast today.
Yes.
I don't know if they thought when tuning into a Designing Women podcast that they would be getting Rick Steves Europe. But here we are.
the Europe Rick Steve didn't quite tell you about.
Yeah.
So Suzanne offers to class Vanessa up, right? She's like, follow me, and as Mary Jo and Julia will tell you, I'm perfect at this, and whatever I do always turns out well, and the woman starts gargling. And Lita and Suzanne just look at their wine with side eye. I mean, Vanessa and Suzanne just look at their wine with side eye.
The gentleman beside her, the look on his face, he's just open mouth, just kind of like, it is. Oh, I love stuff like that. Absolutely love it.
It's great. It's great. It's union work right there, girl.
There you go. She got that SAG after card.
So we're back at Sugar Baker's.
Mm-hmm.
And Anthony and Julia are having a little chit chat, and we find out that Suzanne is picking up Vanessa. That Anthony mentions that both Vanessa and Suzanne are dangerous women. Like how when you're driving on the road and your car stalls on some railroad tracks, you get this uh-oh feeling, even if there's not a train coming either way.
Yes.
I mean, to me, it just feels like you should end up with Suzanne.
I mean, this is the first episode I feel like where even the girls are making those jokes now, because Mary Jo said that. And so about the women fighting over him, and I was like, is that did we just breach that topic finally? But you know, it's the 80s or 90, so so far.
Julia's talking about how she knew she got Reese when he called her and yelled at her and said, I will absolutely not go out with you anymore. And Anthony asks, why do we always do things that are wrong for us? And Julia just looks at him and goes, why do fools fall in love? Why do birds sing so sweet? Anyway.
Oh, that's all you got. Okay, cool.
I mean, okay. The next line is da 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 da. Why do they fall in love? Why does the rain fall from above? Why do fools fall in love? What?
No, I was listening.
I'm glad. I don't know if our dear listeners still are, but at least you are, girl.
No. I mean, I wanted to make sure there was at least one active listener while you were singing.
So Vanessa's here, and she is all dressed up.
She looks good too.
She looks good.
Yeah.
She looks like she owns 51% of this company.
Mm-hmm. It's very Joan Collins.
It's very Joan Collins. She comes strutting in, and Julia offers her some coffee, and she's like, "No, I will get it myself, and if you need me later, I will be over at the disposal." Suzanne behind her, at your disposal. That's what I said. And Anthony looks at her and goes, "You look different. These are my career clothes, but I still have that cute underwear with little hearts in it that you like a lot." So Julia drags...
Which Suzanne objected to.
So Julia drags Suzanne upstairs to look at Olivia, and Suzanne's like, why I gotta look at her? I've looked at her so much, it ain't changed.
That's how I also feel about babies sometimes.
Anthony says, you look nice. And Vanessa's like, well, do you want to have sex? And Anthony's like, well, no, you don't have to keep asking me that. Well, do you want to have sex now and then me not have sex for another 24 hours? Well, no, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. So they have a heart to heart, and he's like, if you're going to be with me, you need to go to school, you need to have goals, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, which if she's got 9 brothers and sisters, she's trying to support. I don't know how easy that is for her. These could be unreal expectations, but whatever. This is a 90s sitcom that does not know how to handle a black family.
No.
See Family Matters.
Yes. This is CBS, sir. This is CBS.
That's true. That's true. That's true. This is not ABC at the time.
No.
Right. Or
no.
what was Cosby show on? That was
NBC.
NBC, yeah.
ABC was Family Matters. CBS had.
What? Did it have a black comedy?
I don't know. I think The Jeffersons came on CBS. I think, but I'm not 100% sure. But I think that was the only one.
What was 227?
227 was also on NBC.
Yeah. Jeffersons. Jeffersons was CBS. So yes, they did in fact have back in the day.
But unfortunately with the Jeffersons, there is one thing about it though, which is that the Jeffersons never actually had like a young black family on their network. Like the Jeffersons at that point, like their son was almost an adult. So even there is kind of like, kind of.
Well, so Anthony and Vanessa have a heart-to-heart, and you know they're going to have a big stake. He's going to get rid of Lita, and now it's a little bit later. Miss Philpott has a letter for Suzanne. Apparently, she turned her into Unsolved Mysteries. And Suzanne defends herself and says she just looks just like Roberta Harwood, and that's what she wants you to believe. Charlene and Miss Philpott go to leave, and Suzanne's like, "Good night, Charlene. Good night, Roberta." Just trying to make sure. Second time she's trying to make sure.
I love it.
Well, Rusty comes in to get the payment from Mary Jo. He turns around, and there's his butt crack. Do-do-do-do-do. Do 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 do. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you find yourself a Miss Georgia world?
Can I give it to Rusty's butt crack?
That's what I did.
Yeah. I'm just gonna give it to Rusty's butt crack.
It wasn't hairy.
He deserves it after all
does.
of that.
He does. He does.
The one thing that I thought was really funny, though, is especially after all of that, was that Rusty did not have any tools on his pants.
No, he did not. No, he did not.
So I was like, Rusty's doing it as a fashion statement, y'all. Yes.
Yes,
Rusty.
Queen. Yes. The house down the boots. Yes.
Crack down boots, Henny. Crack down
the boots. Yes. 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 Crack to the wall, girl. Crack to the wall.
Crack to the wall.
Oh, girl, did you like this episode?
It was cute. It was a very cute one. It was
okay.
Like the last one. Silly.
Yeah,
It's just silly. They're in their silly era.
Yeah, it was at least Mamie's not back or whatever her name was. Mrs.
Yes.
Whatever. You know, I'm gonna keep repeating that. If an episode's ever a little boring, at least there's not that woman dying at me.
I just kind of like, I wish, this is one of those things where a sitcom makes a moment and you kind of wish that the camera would just follow the gargling lady home. I would love a sitcom just about that couple now after watching that moment.
I feel like if it were something like 30 Rock or something that would pan to them like every random once in a while.
Yeah. I feel like it would actually do that because truly, like, because it wasn't just the funny lady; it was the gentleman's reaction to her at her own table. It's
at her own table.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
All right,
boy.
Maim, why don't you tell our dear listeners where they can find you?
Hello, dear listeners. It is I, your Auntie Maim, your favorite relation. You can find me on the lines at Auntie Maims with an S. You can find me in real life performing improv and stand-up comedy with the Villain Theater in Miami. Find out more about them at villaintheater.com. I host amazing colossal karaoke every Thursday night at Killer Idol in South Beach. And I am one of the hosts for the It's Happening Out networks. TV show. So you can find out more about them. It's happening out. Search for that in any of your social settings. How about you, Mims?
Hey, y'all. I'm Divine Miss Mims. You can find me online at Divine Miss Mims and on TikTok at The Divine Miss Mims because my account got deleted and I'm very annoyed at it. Hey, Maeve.
Yeah.
Did you know we have a Patreon?
Oh, yeah, we do.
Dear listeners, you go to patreon.com. Mims Maim, you can throw us some money, and soon, you'll have episodes of We Object, our newest podcast, which is going to be an Ally McBeal podcast. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Speaking of podcast, did you know that we have another podcast?
I did, actually.
It's called You Slay Me. It's a Murder She Wrote podcast. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know that we have merchandise? Nah, you don't.
What?
If you go to MimsMaim.com, you can buy something. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Do you know what I love?
5-star reviews.
That's right, dear listeners. If you throw us a 5-star, woo, I blew out my mic there for a second. That's right, dear listeners. If you like us, you love us, you want some more of us, you tried so hard, but you can't rob us above us, please leave us a 5-star review. It really means a lot to me.
It does a whole lot.
Well, Maim, do you have anything else to add?
No.
Just say goodnight, Maim.
Good night, Maim.
Bye, y'all.